When you enter the draft, there is a chance that you may shake the commissioner's hand as you realize you get drafted to the NBA. But for many talented players, that is not the case. When you are undrafted, you have to prove yourself even more and work harder than ever before to earn an NBA contract. The players I will be talking about has made their dream a reality despite not getting drafted, and they have not looked back since. And in fact, this proves that this 2021 season especially proves to be an excellent season for undrafted players. Fred VanVleet has had an excellent season so far, averaging 20 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals. From being undrafted to earning himself a new contract with the Raptors for 4 years worth $85 million. Recently versus the Orlando Magic, Freddie decided to go in his bag and just torch them. VanVleet dropped 54 points, which is not only the most in Raptors history, it is the most by an undrafted player. And the previous player who had that high mark was Moses Malone, who previously had the record, which was in 1981. VanVleet's game is also the 22nd best game in NBA history, according to GameScore, with a rating of 50.3. He is also an NBA champion and has earned that ring rightly so. Kevin Durant even said so himself in an interview. As an undrafted player who is a young guy, they should look up to Fred VanVleet for inspiration. Undrafted and in his second year, Luan Stewart is a decent shooter, shooting around 37% from deep this season. He is also an excellent defender, as he locked up James Harden in the playoffs last season. Not only that, he dropped 30 points versus the Rockets in that same series, from averaging 7 points per game and a raw prospect during his rookie year to averaging 12 points per game at this current time with the Thunder. People are starting to take a lot of notice of Dort's talent. With the league revolving around shooting and being versatile on defense, Dort fits that mold perfectly, and he still has even more room to grow. If you do not know about Dort and his defense, there are highlights of him guarding the opposing team's best players, and I expect many more of these compilations in the future from the undrafted talented player from Canada. The third player I'll be talking about is Christian Wood, who has been absolutely killing it this season, from averaging 13 points per game while having Blake on the team to averaging over 20 when he was out for a little while. Detroit fans did not want Wood to leave. With Wood's contract coming to an end last season, he signed a 3-year $41 million contract with the Houston Rockets, and man, he shut down those doubters pretty quickly. He is currently averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds, and a block and a half, also being one of the prime candidates for the Most Improved Player of the Year award. The fact that this guy has been undrafted is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about the success of these undrafted players. Also, his game is really nice for a big, as he has a smooth touch around the rim, can rebound at a high level, and is one of the best pick and roll big men in the league. The last player I'll be talking about is Alex Caruso. Yes, the stats are not that great compared to the rest, but he has established himself a massive following and is loved around the league. That does not take away the fact that he has contributed greatly and worked extremely hard with the Lakers during their championship run. He was doing a lot of small things that do not show up on the stat sheet, and people take that for granted when a player does not average big numbers and only look at the stats. Alex Caruso hustles on defense, is vocal, does the necessary plays, and is a smart basketball player, which is why he gets minutes, and it's why the Lakers organization loves the guy. As he also said on JJ Redick's podcast about his success in the league, it was all about knowing what role the Lakers organization needed, and that he filled the role, which is why he was called up from the G League. This year, there are more and more talented players coming to the NBA, and when someone is undrafted, they can look at these guys and remind themselves that it is not completely over. Look at this season so far. These guys are some of the undrafted players that made a name for themselves through their hard work and determination to be the best at their craft. Because of this, they have gotten rewarded by doing a feat which is harder than getting drafted, staying in the league and proving all the doubters wrong.